Does what you eat matter if you just survived cancer? Hi, my name is Leah. Normally, I teach you how to make bread, but I like to take breaks and share some cool studies that I find inspirational because I am a full-time psychology student outside of work. Today, I want to share this study that looked at ways to encourage Hispanic women who had survived breast cancer how to eat a little bit better so that their survival rates can increase. A moment for the amazing authors. Yay! The authors are focused on Hispanic women because they were comparing, and this is up here on the right, comparing survival rates. The three numbers are 1, 2, and 5-year survival rates, I believe. And essentially what they said is, hey, we think that there's a difference in Hispanic women because we think they're not getting the nutritional support that they need and they're not able to follow the guidelines set. But we think it's because we're not doing a good job of actually explaining it to them. What I think is so cool about this study is that they talked not only to the women, but they went into the neighborhoods that they lived and they looked in the stores. They tried to follow the same guidelines, essentially, that would have been given to these women and decided, is this actually real? Can someone kind of figure this out? They also interviewed the women and said, what would help you with following some of these guidelines? So they figured out through interviews, through observation, that there's a ton of factors that contribute to these women being able to follow these guidelines. Some of it is how the food is marketed versus what's on the list to eat. And some simple examples here were kind of like, hey, it might be marketed as high quality, but without somebody teaching you how to read labels, you don't really understand how much sugar or fat is in there. Or if you are on a budget and you want to buy red meat for your family, the type of red meat, how much of it you buy, it's really difficult to navigate that when you're also trying to change your menu. Massively important, things that guide your everyday meal selection is your cultural identity. It's how you were brought up, what influences you had, and your family around you. What do they encourage you to eat? And what are they willing to eat? I have a 3-year-old niece. I have observed that it doesn't matter what the change is, it's just that there is change that can make it very challenging to get her to eat. So now we've got women who literally just survived cancer, have been given guidelines to eat better, to help them, but they're sitting there trying to go like, I don't know how to translate this to what I like, to my environment, to my stores, to my kids, to my family. Like, how do I do that? And what I think is so awesome about these authors is that they essentially partnered with these women and said, we want to make sure that we provide guidelines to other groups who are trying to encourage people who survived cancer to keep thriving. And that for me is the future I want to see. Partnering with each other to empower each other is awesome, and kudos to the researchers and the women.